start by putting my hair back with these very attractive pins. These clamp things, I got these from DryBar, but I'm pretty sure you can find them at Sally's Beauty Supply or Ulta. They are so helpful for just getting your hair off your face. They're also really helpful when you're trying to section your hair while you blow dry. I really, really love them. My skin's ready for foundation, and as you can see, I have some souvenirs from my lovely birthday weekend extravaganza. I spent the last week between Toronto and Prince Edward County with Michael, and we had a lovely little vacation. It was so nice to just disconnect for a little bit and explore Ontario. I haven't, I love to travel, I love to see other countries, but it's always nice to kind of discover what's in your own backyard. So we went to Prince Edward County, which is actually an island in Ontario, and I didn't really even know it was an island until I looked at the map, but it's Ontario's largest island community, and it's really, really lovely. It's about a 2-hour drive out of Toronto, and we rented a little house near Lake Ontario, and it was so beautiful. I always break out when I travel, and I know that I'm not alone. There are a lot of you out there that share the same struggle. And I think as somebody with an acne-prone skin, being removed from my regular routine, eating a lot more unhealthy food, eating restaurants a lot more than I would at home, all those things kind of contribute to breakouts. And every time I travel, if I'm gone for a week or maybe longer, I always like to bring 2 different foundations with me. One that's fuller coverage for evenings out, and then one that's lighter coverage for every day. So for this trip, I have my YSL All Hours Foundation and the AmorePacific Cushion. I was using the AmorePacific Cushion throughout the day. It has more of a sheer coverage, it's a little bit glowy, and it also had SPF 50 in it. I don't love it as much as I love my Armani cushion, but this is a lot easier to get. It comes with a refill when you buy it. So in terms of price point, even though this is still quite an expensive foundation, it is less expensive than the Armani. And for more of a full coverage, this is a foundation that I'm using right now. This is a foundation that I wore on my birthday night out. I love this. I wore this on my wedding day as well. The only problem is that it dries down a little bit darker, as you can see while I've been talking to you. I will be lightening this up a little bit with my concealer. Everything will be nice and seamless once it's together. But yeah, I love this foundation still. I haven't used this as much this summer as last summer just because my skin has been better and I haven't needed as much coverage, so I've been kind of gravitating more towards the Dior Face and Body Foundation. If I have breakouts and I need a foundation that I know will last me all night long, this YSL All Hours Foundation is the one for me, and I use the shade BD35. For concealer, the only under eye concealer that I brought with me is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is the multi-use sculpting concealer, and I use the shade Almond. This is like a magic eraser for any signs of tiredness, and it lasts really well under my eyes. It doesn't crease. I'm a big fan of this. If you are a fellow Canadian, let me know what your favorite vacation spots within Canada are. I really loved Prince Edward County. It was so cute. Everybody was so nice, and there were so many young couples there on vacation in these small towns. We visited about 4 different towns in the area. We went to Sandbanks Provincial Park. There's some really nice restaurants as well. I did feel a little bit overdressed, but it was my birthday, so whatever. I'm going to show you my outfit in a little segment at the end of this video. I have my Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer. I've been using this concealer for years, and it's always in my makeup bag. I keep repurchasing it. It's my favorite concealer for breakouts because it lasts really well. It has more of a waxy texture. I also like the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, but I prefer the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer on acne scars. The Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer is better on actual active breakouts that you have. The key to this concealer is warming the product up in your hand, which is why I like to use it with my finger. I feel like the heat between my ring finger and my skin, as I pat it into the skin, it kind of melts the concealer, so it helps it blend in with the skin. For my under eye area, I am using my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm curious how it compares to the Becca Under Eye Brightening Powder, so if you have tried both, please let me know in the comment section below because I'm running low and I'm not sure if I should repurchase the Laura Mercier or if I should try the Becca. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to use this powder foundation just in targeted areas. This is the Pressed Mineral Makeup from Pure, and I take this little brush and I'm just using the powder in targeted areas. I'm using it here because this is where I have my breakouts, and this is also where I'll be using a powder bronzer and powder blush. I'm using the Lilah B Bronzer. I think it's called B Sunkissed. I love this bronzer. Absolutely hate how dirty the packaging gets. I go through moods. Sometimes I like more of a sculpting bronzer that's a bit deeper, or I go for like an all-over warmer glow. During the day, I like my browns and golds, and during the evening, I have been loving this palette. This is my favorite palette from this summer, and it's the Marc Jacobs Fantascene palette. It is quite pink, and I've just been really loving the look. It kind of matches my go-to fragrance right now. I've just been feeling the really soft, feminine pink tones for evening lately. So this is the look that I wore on my birthday. I am going to show it to you right now, and this is the fragrance that I've been wearing. Now, if you've watched my videos for a long time, you will know that I have been wearing Alien by Mugler for years. I actually remember when I first bought it. It was 2012, and it was my birthday, and I used my Shoppers Optimum points to get it. I used it every single night I went out for like 2 consecutive summers. So I just have this distinct memory in my mind of the strong jasmine notes of that fragrance and like a summer night. I can actually tell you every single year of my life, I can tell you what the dominant fragrance for that year was, which is a little bit crazy. I just have this association with fragrance and memories in particular stages of my life. And I love the nostalgia that some fragrances can evoke. I love that feeling. And sometimes I wish that I remembered like physics formulas and scientific equations as efficiently as I remember fragrances, but let me know if you're the same way. I love the original Alien fragrance, and they do variations of it every year. They have little special edition versions that come out, and this is the version this year, and it's called Flora Fitara, and it's a lighter, more floral version of the original Alien, and it actually does not have that strong jasmine note that you either love or hate if you are a Mugler fragrance fan. I personally love jasmine in fragrances. That's why I've been wearing Alien for so many years, but in this fragrance, they actually replaced the jasmine with Queen of the Night flower, and Queen of the Night is this, I'm gonna actually put this on. It still smells like Alien, but it's a little bit toned down. And Queen of the Night is actually a flower that grows on a cactus. It blooms very rarely, it blooms at night, and that's the note that they've incorporated in this. So it's very mysterious, very feminine. The color of the bottle is so beautiful too. I feel like it really encompasses the lightness and the girliness of the fragrance in comparison to the deep purple of the original. I love it. It reminds me of those summer nights where I would go out wearing the original Alien fragrance, but the more toned down version. So whereas 2012 and 2013 Sandra would have been at the club until midnight, 2018 Sandra is in bed by 10:30 watching RuPaul's Drag Race. So I'm just starting with this pale color in the Marc Jacobs palette on a fluffy brush, and I'm taking this all the way up just to create a nice base. And whenever I use this, I find that colors blend on top of it so easily. Then in the crease, I'm going in with this color here, which is a very muted rose, and I'm using the same brush. I like to use as little brushes as possible. Not taking it all the way down to my inner corner. I'm actually kind of stopping it here. I have quite deep set eyes, and I've been kind of playing around with different eyeshadow placement to make my eyes a little bit wider. So instead of like taking it down and kind of closing things off, I just kind of try to sweep it this way to elongate a little bit. I'm not sure if it's making a difference, but in my mind, it kind of does. Then I'm just taking this lovely brown color and I'm using it to kind of blend in the crease with the lid. Then I'm just taking a flat brush and dipping it into my favorite color in this whole palette, and it's this beautiful pink shade. It's a shimmery pink, and if this was an eyeshadow by itself, I would buy it. Focusing it on the inner half of the eye, and then on the outer half, I'm just flipping my brush and dipping the clean side into this shimmery coral shade. What I love about this palette is that every single time I reach for it, I want to use every color, and it makes me feel really good about spending money on a palette if I can get a lot of use out of every color. Because so many palettes I have, and even though I love the palettes, there's only like 2-3 colors that I reach for in the palette, but this is such a well-curated selection of colors. I always find myself reaching for almost all the colors every single time. The only color I don't actually love is this. It's so beautiful, but the texture is really hard to work with, and it has a lot of fallout. Kind of crumbly, it's a bit of a miss. It's not as nice as the others. Now I'm going to take a little detail brush, and I'm mixing in this dusty rose color with the slightly darker. I'm gonna dip my brush in both and kind of wipe off the excess on the back of my hand, because that dark plummy brown is very, very pigmented. And I'm going to use it to line my lower lash line. If you'd have told me even last year that I'd be wearing pink eyeshadow and loving it, I probably would not have believed you. Now the eyes are pretty much done. I'm going to line my waterline. Dark brown Marc Jacobs liner. This is called Earthquake. It's my favorite brown liner of all time. It's just a very intense, deep, rich brown, and it's matte. It doesn't have any shimmer in it, which I love. So I'm actually going to tight line with it as well. I'm not going to use it as a traditional eyeliner. I just want to use it to make my lash line more defined. For the lashes, this is the Burberry Cat Lashes Mascara. We got some really cool art on the weekend as well. We found this gallery in Picton, and it's run by 27 artists in the nearby town, and they're all local artists, and they show their work in this beautiful gallery. It was such a nice space, and it was just right on Main Street in Picton. We found so many pieces of art that we liked. We ended up buying 2, and I would definitely recommend going there if you're in the area. And if you like, most of it was quite contemporary art. I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows, and I actually want to thank you for all the wonderful recommendations for tinted brow gels. The most suggested high-end was the Hourglass brow gel, so I'll definitely be checking that out. And then a lot of you mentioned the Essence brow gel, and the last couple times I've been to the drugstore to look for it, it's been sold out. So did you guys pick anything up from the Sephora sale? It totally just went over my head. I did not buy anything. I just never got around to it, and then didn't even get my Sephora birthday present. But I don't think like the birthday perks have not been good. I feel like the last good birthday perk that Sephora gave out was the NARS one, where they gave out like a mini matte velvet lip pencil. I wanted to buy some Invisibobbles, and I wanted to buy some more Olaplex, but I'll just have to wait until the November sale. We're going to end summer the way we started summer, and that is with this blush. This is the L'Oreal blush. This is from their Paradise Enchanted collection. It's called Fantastical. The only thing I don't love is the packaging. It does have a mirror, but the mirror is like, has like another layer underneath. But in terms of color, I love this color. I love that it has a very subtle glow from within. And I like to just kind of stamp the brush on my cheekbone, and I like to wear this actually all the way up. I don't just put it on the apples of my cheeks. I like to kind of extend it. And I love the glow. I love the way it works with the pink in the eyes. And when we went out for dinner, I didn't want a high maintenance bold lip, so I just went with a nude lip. This is my current favorite nude pink lip product, and it's the Burberry Lip Velvet Crush in the color Sugar Pink. You click it up, it has a little sponge applicator, and it's just the prettiest nude pink. This is one of the most comfortable matte lip formulas I have ever tried in my life. It's so comfortable. It doesn't smell like anything. The pigment is beautiful, and it makes it really easy to get that blurred lip edge that's really trendy right now. I need to do either a blog post or a video on my favorite matte lip formulas, because there are a few that really stand out from the pack. But that's the lip, that's my birthday makeup look. For a bold lip option on my trip, I packed my YSL Tatouage Couture. This is the color number 17, and it's a beautiful coral. If you like bright corals, definitely check this out. This is another one of the best liquid lipstick formulas on the market. It almost looks like a highlighter, like the tip of a highlighter marker type of thing. And it's so easy to get a precise application. You don't need lip liner with this, which I love. So this is my bold lip option. And then for every day, my Clarins Candy Lip Oil, a really soft, pretty pink. Sometimes, even if I'm wearing a nude matte lip, I like to add just a tiny bit of the lip oil just in the center to give me a little bit of a pop. But this has been my go-to evening makeup look. This is my birthday makeup look. When we went out for dinner, I opted for this skirt. This is one of my favorite items in my wardrobe, even though I don't wear it very often. So I felt like it was time to bust it out, and it's this cream colored knit skirt from Jonathan Simkai. I love the classic pencil skirt silhouette, but it has a really fun cutout detail on the sides. So from the front, it may look like I'm going to a business meeting, but from the side, you know, I'm here to party. And by party, I mean being in bed by 10:30 watching RuPaul's Drag Race. On top, I paired it with a simple tank top from COS. COS is such a great place for basics. They make my favorite tank tops and camisoles, and I just wanted something, a little something to drape over my shoulders, and I opted for my gray blazer from Vince. It's a great blazer. It works with workwear, it works well more dressed up, it's fine with denim and a t-shirt. For shoes, I am wearing these Gianvito Rossi blush suede pumps. These are actually the shoes that I wore on my wedding day. So they're my wedding shoes. I definitely wanted a pair of statement feminine heels, but I wanted something that I can wear with a lot of different outfits. I absolutely love these shoes. I get compliments every single time I wear them out, and even though the heel is quite high, they are the most comfortable high heel shoes I own. So if you are on the hunt for a classic pointed toe high heel, definitely check out Gianvito Rossi, because they are super comfortable, and they are also true to size. So that was my outfit, and that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for sticking around if you've been watching me for a long time. I have just had really great interactions with a lot of you over the last couple of weeks, and I'm super grateful. I've definitely rung in my 31st year on planet Earth, feeling really happy and grateful and super excited for the future. So thanks again for watching. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.